It is one of the most closely watched Senate races across the country. Republican Kari Lake taking on Democratic Arizona Congressman Ruben Gallego.
Tonight, the candidates squared off for 60 minutes on the debate stage, their one and only debate in this cycle, hitting on several key issues, including the border, abortion, and the economy.
Our Lindsay Regis and Kenzie Beach, they were at the debate tonight, and they join us to break down some of these responses.
So, guys, thank you for being here. Let's start with the big one, the border.
Yeah, John and Ellen, the candidates spent about 30 minutes debating immigration and border security. Ruben Gallego says a border wall is important to a security package, but it also has to be coupled with technology, manpower, and laws.
When we talk about Republican Kari Lake, now she brought everything back to the border tonight, saying that this is the single most important issue that Arizonans are facing.
And right now, we know that we have terrorists that are coming through. We're worried about a potential terrorist attack on our home soil. We want to be able to go for a jog in the morning like Lake and Riley did and not have to worry about being killed, raped, and murdered. And we're not safe because of the people that have come in. Ruben Gallego has empowered the cartels. I want to finish the border wall. On day one, my first piece of legislation will be to fully fund and expedite the construction of the border wall.
And I have voted for border walls in the past, and actually hundreds of miles with the border walls, because where appropriate, with the proper manpower and staffing, it does work. What doesn't work is when you put a border wall without the manpower and without the actual laws that you need to implement behind it, because it doesn't end up being of any use and it's just costing us more money. So this is why we focus on things such as the border security bill, right? Something that was extremely important. It was a compromise between the most conservative Republicans and Democrats to make sure that we brought some effort.
On the topic of abortion, the candidates disagreeing on whether it should be a federal law or left up to the states to decide.
Codify Roe. It is absolutely abhorrent that my 15-month-old daughter has less rights and control of her body than her mother and then her grandma. The fact that we have women that are now going into sepsis just so they could get a life-saving abortion. We have women that are traveling with their daughters that are victims of rape out of state so they could get an abortion. A 10-year-old baby girl, victim of incest, had to leave her home state and the comfort of her family to get an abortion.
We have the choice as Arizonans to decide what our abortion law will be. It's going to be up to us, and we're going to decide in November when we go and cast our ballot. And Ruben Gallego wants to take that choice away from us. He wants to take it back to the federal government in some back room with Chuck Schumer and decide what our abortion law will be here in Arizona. It's going to be up to us. I want us to have that choice, and whatever the law ends up being, whatever our choice ends up being, I will respect.
Another big issue, the economy, inflation, and how our Arizonans are going to afford basic necessities.
One of the things I want to do is secure the border. When you have 20 million people and we're competing for goods and services with people, it's a basic supply and demand. But we also have to work to bring down the cost of everything, and we have to make sure that we're not printing money and bringing inflation up. There's only one entity that can create inflation. That is the government. They have pushed for more spending, more spending, more spending, and that means more printing of money. And that's why your dollar is only worth 75 cents today. It was worth $1 under President Trump. It's only 75 cents under Kamala Harris.
First of all, the minimum wage should be $15, and it should be pegged to inflation, so it actually keeps moving up. Number two, you fight inflation by actually looking at how you can bring down costs. Number one, we have a big opportunity right now. We need to stop the merger of the grocery stores in Arizona.
All right, so right after the debate, each candidate had an opportunity to take 15 minutes with media. Ruben Gallego was the first one in the media room and only took a few questions from specific media outlets.
Now, we did not see or hear from Kari Lake after the debate, but her team came out, spoke on her behalf, making it clear that they're taking tonight as a major win. But Kari Lake, they talked about her having a press conference tomorrow that she'll take questions there. She is voting early, in person, in Scottsdale, and expected to take questions then.
Okay, yeah, they covered a lot tonight. Yeah.
They did, and it was contentious at times.
Yeah, definitely. We saw, and Gallego talked about that a little bit after. He said that Kari Lake was navigating her questions by kind of taking digs at him, but, you know, it depends who you ask.
And we also wanted to ask Kari Lake the same question, but of course she did not come back to that media room to speak with us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Microphones were not muted, which...
No.
Correct, they were not.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a lot of overlapping going on.
Guys, thanks.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.